The Special Offences Court at Ikeja, Lagos State has brought in a clinical psychologist, Olugbemi Olukolade, as a witness on the defilement of Bukumi Ijesha by James Olarewaju Omiyinka, popularly known as Baba Ijesha. Olugbemi, who has a BSc, Master's and Doctorate degree in clinical psychology and is a trained therapist, stated that he started his training in 2003 and been in practice since 2008. He had experience in parenting and childcare, especially victims of sexual abuse. The court aired the video of an interview conducted by the state with Bukumi for him to scrutinize, and according to him, a 14-year-old will find it hard to recollect what may have happened 7 years ago. In an interview with the counsel to the defendant, this is what he had to say.
We brought in a psychologist, psychologist, to come and testify as to the authenticity or genuineness of the interview of the expert brought by the prosecution, who actually carried out interview of the child, of the lady, of the girl, to this extent that, she demonstrated how she was molested when she was 7 years old, and now recall the event of 19th of April 2021. So that was the basis of the interview of the girl, with the interviewer. So interviewer, interviewed to establish the fact that the girl was actually molested 7 years ago, and in 14 years, and the video that went viral. But meanwhile, the expert that we brought, is a psychologist, a clinical psychologist, is a sex therapist, and is deeply knowledgeable in the field. He is actually a doctor. He has a medical, he's a PhD holder in psychology, in clinical psychology. So we believe he's an expert, that the court will believe his opinion, and he has given his opinion before the court to debunk the evidence of the psychologist or that the prosecution brought to court.
They've brought in a woman, and the front part of their case, you can see the woman trying to put question across to the prosecutors, talking about the girl, Bukumi. What the defense have done today is to bring another expert witness to look at the whole procedure of what the witness to the prosecution have done with the girl, and to say if it's in tandem with the laid down principle and procedure of clinical psychologists in relation to matter of this nature. And all the witness has come to do is to tell the court that, well, as far as he is concerned, the line, the procedure used by that witness of the prosecution falls short of the standard for clinical psychologists in matter of this nature. So the essence of having that person you saw today, it is to speak, to contradict what the expert witness brought by the Lagos State government, brought by the prosecution to the court, to speak against the standard and the procedure that person used in trying to sort out the truth from the prosecutors, particularly as it relates to the issue of rape 7 years ago. In a nutshell, you heard it, if you were in court, you heard it when he said, the narration is just too consistent. The flow is very unnatural. It's very unnatural. And the event that happened 7 years ago, mind you, the prosecutor said to be 14. So for a 7-year-old girl, that flow is unnatural. It was too consistent. It was too smooth. So that's the essence of bringing the expert that was being brought in today by the defense to say we should be wary when you see a child narrating an event of 7 years ago in that very flow manner.
Justice Oluwatoyin Taiwo, who is handling the case, thereby adjourned the case to the 1st of April 2022.